I have another dish. We're gonna offer at our restaurant. The chive white turkey sandwich.
Maybe we should just delete that.
Hey, maybe just delete it and restart, bud.
Jay said to keep going. That's
Hey,
why
we
I'm
can
asking.
clock it
What will
again.
I do if I lose chive turkey? You know?
Fair.
God, yeah.
All right.
Hi, I'm Jeff.
So yeah.
Hey, Jeff.
This is Torchlit Tavern. Normally, I don't do the introductions here. Normally, I only do the Torchlit Tavern introductions when it regards to you being able to see us on the Twitch. Which, if you're not going to our Twitch and checking us out,
I don't
seeing
know
how
what you're
weird we
doing.
look in person. Yeah, like what are you doing? But since today I'm not your Torchlit Twitch master, your man with no plan at all. Today I'm just another player. Maybe I'll cede the floor to the man, the myth, the legend, Jameson Oxford.
Don't see
me
the
now.
floor.
Hello,
Slippery.
everyone. I'm Jameson Oxford.
Fuck.
Seating
So
the floor
I'm
makes
over-
the floor slippery, and that's not.
I'm
That's not
already
safe.
over Mitch today. Hi, everybody. My name is Jameson Oxford. Welcome back to Torchlit Tavern, a real play 5th edition TTRPG podcast focused on narrative-driven storytelling. Playing Labyrinth with me today. I've decided we're going to play the game of Labyrinth in honor of the fact that y'all are in Fae.
Hell yeah.
Look out for a babe with the power and birds
Ooh.
throwing their heads around.
Anyways, I'm Jeff, like I said, and today, instead of being your Torchlit Twitch master, I'm in fact Reyes Kren, the Crestkin homebrew race. Thank you. Rogue /
You're welcome.
learning the kung fu, doing the monk stuff, and playing along with me today.
Being a monk isn't just kung fu. I'm Katie Mischief, and I'll be playing Evalina Chopin.
It is
I
there.
should have said martial arts.
Yeah, you could have an MMA monk. And Evalina
I
Chopin
will.
is a tiefling paladin cleric, and she's a inquisitor.
Very inquisitive.
And playing with me today.
She's
I
not an
am
inquiry.
Aderu, and I am the party druid and barbarian. I'll be playing the middle-aged white Caucasian male today, Mitch.
Fantastic.
Huh. All right. Cool.
You're not
Okay.
middle-aged. Are you dying
hi.
at 70, bud?
Probably.
Maybe,
Let
yeah.
Ryan speak. Let him stug.
Hi. Let your boy Stug.
Stug on, bud.
Hey, gang. This is Ryan, and I play number 9 and 9.1 and 9.2. And last season I played Roy. Weirdly enough, he's here again. And
Oh, do you have point 1 and point 2 out? I would love it for you to just
they're not both
This-
out, but I can let them out.
yeah.
It's
And
only
Walker.
point one
You
that's
also
out.
play Walker.
anytime that the party
Walker doesn't
has
talk.
Yeah, I'm excited because every time the party has ever made their DM have a conversation with himself because they have to play multiple characters, this is a day for vengeance.
Yeah.
Or at least justice for all the GMs out there who have ever had to do that. I'm going to make my PCs talk to themselves.
Let's do it. And that's what I'm doing here today. And yeah, we can go ahead and get this podcast on the road. So,
I'm gonna go ahead
like,
and
what
say-
kind of bread would you use for the chive turkey? Would that be a sourdough?
I don't know. I feel like it probably would. I personally love squaw, but I feel like the chive spread is going to be a light flavor, and I feel like the squaw would be a bit overpowering, so probably a sourdough.
Last time on Torchlit Tavern, Blackpowder.
Blackpowder!
Black powder.
Black powder.
I'm all hopped up on Mountain Dew, and I'm about to come at y'all motherfuckers like a Spider-Man.
Just out of the brush line, run out these. Imagine a bed bug if it was skinny and like the size of a halfling.
I see them break through the bush, and I charge forward at them to protect my new friends. And as I'm charging forward, I cast Searing Smite, and I attack.
There's going to bad dog the Fae and then try to keep doing what he's doing. I'm not running from you, I'm busy.
It's almost like a Great Dane with like weird coloring. It steps out, the ears turning like a confused dog. It slinks back into the woods.
It's a good boy, I'm gonna throw it a treat.
I'm gonna channel Divinity.
He succeeds. The dogs do not. Every one of the dogs gets that look on its face like, you got treats? You has treats?
Treat?
I did
Treat?
set a precedent.
The one closest to you, in fact, puts its paws up on your chest and licks you in the face.
Very cute.
As you are crossing the North Passage, you see a couple of hooded figures, one small, one medium size, riding on what seem to be like stags, like pounding down the road off in the distance close toward you guys. One of them's blowing that horn.
Hey, Naru, this place sucks.
Adaru is going to wait. We
Okay.
can't
Because
outrun
of
them.
distraction.
So
Adaru, what do we do?
Adaru is going to use his ancient, deepest magic. Hello!
Evalina, do you stay with Adaru?
Yes.
40 feet away from Adaru, the two riders stop up short. The smaller of the two figures waves at you as they trot forward. One of them puts its horn away, the taller one, and he says, I'm telling you, for your sake, to not fight and not run, because you will not make it. My friend there is very fast. Roy, make sure they don't move. I know someone who will want to talk to him. I think it's time that we go visit an old friend. You guys have barely been in the Feywild for a day, and you've already run afoul of some of its more powerful denizens. As you guys are rounded up and surrounded by a cadre, a hunting party of various Fey dressed in camouflage leaves and like coats that blend into the forest surroundings. You and your dogs are all round up in a circle. You see the small halfling figure that greeted you along with the well-dressed fawn in blue. The one in blue comes up to you guys, and he simply says, excuse me. I do apologize for any impoliteness that may have to happen. But you are going to have to come with us. Roy, we don't know why they're here yet.
Yeah.
If they get out of line, by all means, but we don't know why they're here yet.
Okay.
We are here to leave.
And this one, he nods at Adaru, seems to be a member of a circle.
We would gladly leave if you would let us, though you may keep this one.
And I point at the Inquisitor that's joined us.
Yeah, we were just
An
passing
interesting way to treat someone who saved your life.
through. That is also true. I would like to thank you personally for helping us, because it's scary out here. And we're not from here.
Yes. Well, you guys are an interesting bunch. I'll give you that. I don't think that we're going to let any of you go, and you're going to have to come with us.
Why?
Because you appear to be an invasive party, members of the primacy in our land. And we have history with members of the primacy. And this character, who's been very polite, shows teeth that are decidedly sharper than you think they should be.
I'm rolling to see if I'm into it.
This is a Katie
not.
thing, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm not.
Not
I'm not
into
into it. I rolled a 99. I am decidedly not into Evan.
We're
Okay.
very much not part of the primacy.
I know that if you have run into my kind before, we were a part of the primacy, but I can promise you that I and these two with me are nothing.
He holds up his
further.
hands and interrupts you, and he's like, I apologize for the misconception. There is no amount of discussing that will change what has to happen next. And he like does like a roundup with his fingers, and everybody closes ranks around you guys, and he nods at Roy, and he says, let's get them to Grimm.
At this point, I do say, I understand, because you have a machine tool of the primacy, someone wearing primacy robes, the men that created the Inquisitors, the first Inquisitor, and you have a crest kid. So I get it.
And an Inquisitor.
You know, I didn't even know we had all that, but I will. Yeah, no, we're going.
Yes. That does seem to be it. She does grasp it very well. If you don't mind, we will try to do this without binds, for now. And, if you make me regret that decision, you will regret it.
No, that is unnecessary. We will follow your lead.
He gives a little bit of a head nod to Adaru, and he says,
I nod.
yeah, he gives a little bit of a nod to Adaru, and he says, I trust that while you seem to have somewhere you wanted to be, you can take some time and join us.
We are only trouble to you so long as you require us to be. Our errands are outside this place. We only needed to take a quick walk to be from where we start to be where we ended.
Well, your walk's about to get much longer. And he starts to move, and you guys start to get marched through the Feywild. Kind of pushed by the short halfling with a rapier. Give you a little poke just to get you going.
Yeah, let's not make this a drag, because it can become that very quickly.
I move as directed. I keep as much distance as I can from the Inquisitor that has joined us.
I walk
but-
with 9, arm in arm, if she'll let me.
Oh, hello. This is fine, but I do need to carry the maker, so I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna need this arm if that's okay.
You're just so strong, I assumed you could do both.
I mean, I can, but I just need you to know that's gonna be a priority, okay?
Of course.
Adair takes position at the head of the pack with whoever is walking.
I was
And
assuming
does-
you meant. I assume you meant the dogs.
Yes, and the Fae,
Okay.
with the objective of being slightly ahead.
Evan puts his hand on your chest when you try to join him up front, and he says, "As likely as it is that me and you will not have trouble, I think it's best you stay with the ones that we found you with, for now."
Hey, keep it in line up there.
My skin starts as a blue and black hexagonal pattern, and as the prodding continues, becomes a purple pinked ripple that waves across my body.
And Ryan, you played Roy, so you may correct statements that I make if you really think you need to. But I will say that nobody prods you unless you resist. It's
Not physically.
Yeah, they're just sort of making sure you keep going. They're not. They are. This is a decidedly polite capture. Almost ridiculously so.
I
Yes.
appreciate a polite capture, so I am within line.
Hey, Fimbagi, are you familiar with these two at all? Maybe?
I have not stopped glaring at Fimbagi in the most, angry, I hate you, Grandpa way.
He looks at you, then he makes eye contact with Evalina, and then kind of goes back to you, and he's like, yeah, actually, as you guys walk, he points, and he's like, I believe that I have some contacts in Griffinport, and I've heard a lot of stories about what happened over there with the big cataclysm on that side of the continent. That, I think, is one of the heroes involved in that. I believe his name was Evan something or other. And I think that one as well is Roy. In theory, they might be allies for me. And then he kind of looks around. I don't know about for everyone.
Okay. What about this one?
And I nod over at Evalina.
I have no idea who she is. Who are you?
My name is Evalina Chopin, and you're the reason I am this way.
Chopin?
I'm not familiar. I don't listen to that much piano music.
Are you Nocturne's daughter?
Does Chopin ring a bell for me?
Roll a history check.
Roll
a
the dice!
Roll
I
2
know.
history checks, one for both of the names you've just heard.
Okay.
Would Martha?
The first history check is a 9. The second history check is a 3.
So she'd probably speak up then?
No. Martha's keeping her fucking head down. She's not going to say shit right now. You do feel her stir when names are spoken, but that's it.
I'm going to address her myself.
Stage whisper.
Do you know these people?
Yeah, 9. Can we? 9. I've allowed this for quite some time, but you need to get me out of here.
We actively working on that. When things are going better, I'll let you know. But
So far, they've only gotten worse for me since you got me out of my town.
yeah, well, we've been here for 10 minutes, so give it a minute.
The answer to your question, 9, is that woman claims to be the daughter of one of the 3 Grand High Inquisitors.
Okay.
She is, without a doubt, a member of one of the most powerful primacy families in the world.
And it's all your fault, Finnbog.
Hey, fuck you. Yeah, it is my fault.
Atheru does whatever the opposite of trauma bonding is with Roy, petting the dogs.
And then after everybody else says their piece about who I said I am, I look at Fimbagi and I say, "Did you even look me in the eye before you turned my father into a monster?"
I turned your father into a monster long before you were born.
This sounds complicated.
You have no idea. When he says that to you and he makes eye contact with you responding, roll me insight.
When Reyes hears 3 Grand High Inquisitors, he starts flashing like a disco ball and 1999, just like Prince is playing in the background. Ding! Like he's flashing.
21. Insight.
So yeah, with a 21, you do get the Finbagi's gruff. You barely know him, but like he looks apologetic at that. Like he fully does feel like he is to blame for your father.
I for a second drop the anger from my eyes, and I try to seem like I'm not mad at Grandpa here. I try to like drop it, but I just turn and look away at that. I'm no longer like glaring at him. I like soften a bit, but it's too much for me, and I look away. And then I try to make small talk with 9 about girl things.
I pet that dog.
Yeah, one last thing, and then I will address you petting the dog. He watches you look away, and then he does whisper to Reyes. I'm gonna say that like Finbagi, if you want to talk about how far away Reyes, you've tried to put him as far away from her as possible. I'm gonna say she's towards the front and then it's 9, and then it's Finbagi, and Finbagi turns to you toward the back of the line, and he's just like, don't buy into that act. Foe told you that every Inquisitor has a devil in him, right?
Yes.
Keep on your toes. Roll a perception check, Evalina.
Oh, not me.
No, not you. He's talking directly to you. He's whispering to you, but...
I thought maybe it was about
Is that
something
a 13
else.
or an 8? It's a 19. Okay, 19 plus 7. 26.
Shit.
I love it when dice tell stories, because he rolled a 1 to be stealthy about it. You definitely hear that piece of information.
I turn and I glare at him again, and I go, "Oh, like you?"
9 said, it's complicated. Aderu, you're petting dogs, and you're petting dogs with Roy. Do me a favor.
Yeah, I am.
Dogs are into it. I don't need you to roll that a check for petting a dog. The dogs are into it. I need you to roll a check to see if Roy appreciates you petting a dog with him.
Hey, bud. He doesn't need to roll. He doesn't need to roll.
Roy's like,
I was
"You're
going to
friends
say it
with the
already,
dogs?
but when he
We're
came
friends."
up to start petting the dogs with me, I nodded at him.
Okay.
Adaru offers Roy half of a ration.
Roy takes it. I haven't had one of these in 40 years, and I imagine it still tastes like shit.
Aye. The good thing about them is they never taste any better. Or worse.
I fucking tear that wrapping open. That thing is gone. This was awful. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, that feels like as good a place to... Is there something you guys want to talk about? But you guys get marched for several hours, bordering on, like, the rest of today. Like it's not... They're not particularly strenuous. They don't rush you necessarily, like, unless you fight.
Reyes goes from flashing colors to a combination of a full body spiral and orange zigzag pattern. After he calms down from the mention of one of the 3 High Inquisitors, and he does not let this Inquisitor out of his sight.
Okay.
I pet that dog.
Can I pet that dog?
I pet that dog.
Hey, so,
Hey, what that dog doing?
hi. So, you're an Inquisitor, right?
Yes.
Are you here for us?
In a way, I am here for answers to my own questions.
But not
Questions that my father and no one else in the primacy will answer.
I see. But not, like, us. Like, are you here to take us back?
No, not at all.
Are you here to kill us?
Absolutely not.
Okay. So I don't...
I'm here
So-
for answers to my questions, and yes, I am an inquisitor, but that is not my primary person. First and foremost, I am a follower and cleric of Saint Dynac.
I'm very new to religion. I don't really know who that is. And I wouldn't mind a, rundown.
I start giving 9 a rundown, complete with showing off my holy symbol, and explaining how Saint Dynac has saved my life in many occasions.
Oh, please don't skip over the showing of the holy symbol. It's very important to me that we don't skip over what your device...
Holy
Yeah,
symbol
what
is?
your device for channeling is.
Oh,
So,
what's that? Who's Saint Dynak?
My holy symbol. Hold on. I think I put a really good description on it.
Well, she
so
pulls
I
that
don't
up.
want to.
Well, she pulls that up. Everyone in the primacy would know Saint Dynak is one of the 5 main churches. There are 5 churches within Bree and Valeria that are the most commonly revered. And technically, there's only 4 because Newman was torn down 40 years ago. Like they don't allow Newman to really be
Newman
worshipped.
was a member of the 5.
Newman
but now...
was a member of the 5, but now there's only 4. Saint Dynak is one of the less followed because it is a rebellious church. It is known for going against primacy edict the most because they do value the protection of family and the family unit far higher than that of the nation. They are a protective and patriarchal religion.
Who's the other 5 that, since we know who the 5 are as primacy members?
Well,
who are the other?
We're gonna bring back the old faves.
The other 4 are,
Dirk,
Jerry, Elaine, Kramer, and fucking George.
Dirk.
And Newman is obviously 5th, so
Newman.
he can't be here.
Yeah. It is your classics from the previous campaign that everyone's so familiar with. It is the human religions are Mors, Vespra, Newman, Saint Dynak, and Balthan is the 5th.
The Lord of Dirt.
Yes, your favorite, as introduced on the Twitch long ago.
I couldn't pick Balthan.
He didn't. She didn't want you to say Lord of Dirt every time she brought it up.
Yeah, so I pull out my reliquary. What reliquary?
Reliquary.
Okay, I have a hard time saying. I pull out my reliquary, and inside of the box is an orb.
Yes.
And I ponder this orb.
Yes, it is a green glass vial that glows a little bit when she pulls it out, like faintly, and it is some sort of fleshy ball.
Fleshy.
A fleshy ball is inside the green glass vial.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's that?
Roll a religion check, anybody who sees the thing.
This is the orb of Father Enoki.
You stole that from somebody's father?
No, this is not stolen. This is a recovered artifact.
That's a 15.
That's a nat 20.
Oh, shit. You know exactly what that shit is.
Yeah, never mind. I didn't ask that question.
Yeah, 9 recognizes from some fucking store of knowledge within them that thing is referred to as a canticle. It is a reliquary of probably some sort of canonized saint or holy leader of her church. And it also appears to be a testicle.
That, came out of a person.
With a 20, you also know that Saint Dynak is an offshoot of the Church of Dirk.
Is that your god's balls?
It is not of the god, but of a high member of the church, and only one of them.
Ball. All right.
His coloring doesn't change. My coloring definitely won't change. But when mentioned that she has someone's testicle, my already very wide open eyes somehow get more wide.
I even with a 10, I do think you understand the concept of a reliquary. And a reliquary is an item with a piece of a holy figure, and it is freely given or taken after death. It's not, that being said, they are very morbid and very cool.
Hey, so...
Okay.
That's very cool, but also... So was that acquired after death?
Yes, of course.
Okay.
Why would we kill our own holy leaders?
I'm not part of your church, so I don't know that that's a thing.
Daru looks very uncomfortable when she says that.
I do hope that one day I can be remembered in such a fond way as well. Although I am not a man, and I would not have such a fun reliquary.
Well, I thank you so much for humoring me, because I don't know a lot of things, and I like to learn them.
I am always ready to talk about Saint Dynak.
I will remember that.
It's not known to these people, right? But my character doesn't always seem so happy to talk about something, and to be genuinely connecting about something that matters to her outside of the church. Because I'm sure she connects with people in the church about her religion, but outside of the church, like, it's not something she can talk about at home. It's not something that she could talk about with her friends.
It is probably safe to say that Evalina has not had a conversation about her religion with anyone other than her mother outside of the church in maybe ever. Like it's just not a common thing for you. Even your mom is such a busy and well-respected woman. She doesn't always have time to have warm conversations with you about the things that you're into. So
they're just gonna do some druid craft while they walk, and he's gonna make himself a stave because he's a druid now, and there's requirements. And he's going to affix Vivaldi's skull to the top of the stave with druid craft.
Hey, are you making a weapon?
Yes.
Can you maybe not do that as we're taking you prisoner?
Why? You didn't say to take me other weapons, did you?
I mean, I might need to in a moment. Can it wait?
It's a stick.
Can it wait? I'm asking very politely. I would prefer if you did that later.
from the front of the line, he is being remarkably polite.
If you're worried about me hitting you with a stick, I doubt the trinket makes much of a difference either way.
I'm
That's a very cool skull.
It is very cool. But also, I'm aware that when you put things like that together, it typically is a magical thing, and I don't want to stab you yet, and I would like to keep it that way. So can it wait until later, please?
But I don't make magical items. That is the robot up there. The automaton makes magic items. I'm just putting cool skull on cool stick.
Is that all you're doing?
Aye.
Can I see it?
The pieces are right here.
Yeah, but I really want to touch the cool skull.
That is fine. As long as you return it to me. As long as you return it to me, the trophy is mine and hard-earned.
Absolutely.
And
I mean, it's...
there lets him see the skull.
Hashtag fuck Vivaldi.
Hashtag fuck Vivaldi.
He is fucked.
Yeah, no, it is a very cool skull. I'm going to let this go. Please don't do anything magical with it later, because I will kill you.
Do you mind holding that for me? Holding it still.
Sure.
And there just plugs the top of the stick into the socket where the C1 vertebrae would attach to the back of the skull, and uses druidcraft to grow vines out of the stick and wrap around the skull.
Hey, that's magic.
But the stick isn't magic.
I
a
think
druid.
he's just affixing it into place.
What do you want from me?
I mean, I said no
To
magic.
follow the one fucking rule.
I'm just saying.
Yes,
I
said
said
don't
that
make
when
it
you
a
put
magic
these things
item.
together, I'm aware that usually there's magic involved. If you're making a magic weapon right now, I need to know. I don't want to kill you. You have a lot of really nice dogs.
9, is this magic?
Yeah,
What?
that's right. Make
Hold
him
on.
talk to himself. Make him talk to himself.
9, the little one. He thinks this stick is magic. Is this magic? I just put skull on stick.
Did you grow vines out of it?
Well, yes, that's how I attach the skull to the stick.
That's magic.
Why?
They didn't grow themselves.
What's it do? It's not.
They didn't grow by themselves. You grew it. That's magic.
But the stick,
The flaw in your plan was appealing to the man whose logic brought
That's
up the
magic.
problem in the first place.
Hey, if this is the extent of it, fine. But no more than that, please.
there just looks down at the halfling, and he smiles. Do you want to swing it around a bit and see?
If it's any help, Roy did roll
Fuck yeah, he does.
Roy did roll a 6 for his Arcana to understand what that magic is.
Fuck yeah, he does. He wants to swing that stick. It's got a cool skull at the end of it.
Everybody,
That's such a Roy thing to
everybody
do.
takes a moment to twirl the cool new stick with a skull on it. It's real cool.
Yeah, I mean, how could Roy resist?
That's the most Roy thing I've heard all day. Do you want to swing it
When
around?
you guys
Roy goes,
finally
"Ooh."
arrive at your destination, you are currently in the middle of an argument about whose turn it is to play with the cool stick.
Reyes has not even paid attention to. I'm paid attention to the cool stick.
Are you
That's
sure?
what caused the issue.
Daggers.
Reyes passed up his turn, and now everyone's arguing about whose turn it is,
now we're
who gets
confused.
the extra time.
Yeah, you don't get 2 times with the stick just because Reyes didn't take one. That's not fair.
I am very excited to play with the stick.
Finboggy, you had like 30 extra seconds with the stick.
You don't know that. We're in the Fae. Time moves differently here.
It's the 9 time is always the same time.
Guys. Sorry, I can't. It's hard switching from Finboggy to fucking Martha. I need to stop trying to do that. Hey, everyone.
Did you want a turn?
No, 9. Look.
Why
And,
don't you want the turn? It's very
say
cool.
Pretty extra turn for someone.
She is staring forward, and she's pointing, and ahead of you, emerging out of the woods, is a sort of glade where the trees just sort of end, and directly in front of you, when Point 2 saw the stump that was the Broken Circle's hideout, this evidence of some sort of massive tree, it demonstrated that there are trees ancient and old and filled with magic, even if that one may have been destroyed on the material plane. But this is the Feywild, and the tree in front of you dwarfs that tree by comparison on a magnitude that you can't even fathom. This tree touches the sky, and its trunk you could easily fit the city of Santos in. And
that's a huge tree.
It is. And as you guys go into this glade, you notice that the entire glade is covered in colorful flowers. There are vines that grow all over, kudzu and creeping flowers and thistle. And as you walk, you notice that every one of the flowers is shaped like a skull.
That's a huge bitch.
Thanks. And you guys, as you notice this, you guys are marched toward it. And as you come up to the base of this tree, a large doorway is opened like a gate, and you are taken within to this opulent entry chamber. And Evan turns to you all and he says, thank you all for coming along with little complaint. It's very helpful. I welcome you all to the land of spring and the kingdom of King Thaddeus Atrocitus Grimm.
I elbow Adaru, even though I don't know his name, and I go, see, that stick was a good choice for here. Like it's like whispered. A good skull stick for the skull flowers.
Yes, seems to be some kind of trend here, yes.
Yeah, here's your pimp named Stickback.
Yeah, you guys are
That's good.
taken to a lower room.
Jay, I have an important question.
Yes.
Did they take away my dogs?
Yeah, bad.
That's a shame.
Yeah, you're
Isn't that 20 hit?
no, your dogs were not taken from you. Your dogs were not taken from you. They had been just sort of following. It's not like they rounded up the dogs. They were war dogs. They are their dogs, but once they get to the glade, they just sort of start chasing butterflies and shit and just playing in the glade when you get back.
That's fine.
They didn't go into the building with you.
They just
That's
start
too bad.
blinking around.
Yeah.
It's cute and crazy looking.
You know, we would let the dogs in. Believe me, I would let the dogs in. But this is Grimm's house, and he doesn't want to clean up the shit.
The shit doesn't just blink away?
No, it doesn't. It doesn't quite work like that. You would think it would, because they are blink dogs, but it doesn't. It stays, and you.
A shame.
It is hard. It is hard to get out of the carpet. I'm not allowed to bring dogs over anymore.
Actually, it does blink away. The problem is it blinks back at the worst times.
Yeah, and you know the Feywild's weird, and like the world shifts, so it blinks into the carpet. It's real fucked up.
It's fucked up. And you are ushered in politely, and a few servants are there, like cleaning it up. They're dusting things off, and they all bow to you, and they walk out. And then Evan just sort of nods and says, "If you would please wait here, we will gather our audience, and we will discuss what is to be done with you all. In the meantime, sit tight, have a rest. It's been a long travel, and once again, you have been invited in. You will be afforded all of the hospitality of a prisoner of war who has shown no hostility. But bear in mind..."
Is that good?
Not in the primacy.
No, Gur, that's a bad thing.
Reyes tells you not in the primacy, but you do look around, and you realize that he has shut the door to this room, which is a heavy, it's like a heavy gate. Like, it's very pretty and lavish, but it is locked from the outside. But when you turn around and look at the rest of the room, it's decorated with very fancy furniture. There's, food out. It's like a very polite prison cell. And he says, "Welcome to spring. May your visit be pleasant. And count your stars that my former master did not end up king of autumn as he may have wished. Our cells are not quite as nice."
Can we get a PlayStation?
Yeah, sure.
I hear they're still on back order.
I can
That is a
get you
very
a 4.
It's a very specific reference.
I can get you a 4.
I do not know much about the Fae, but what I do know is you're not supposed to eat their food, yes?
I just want to go on record as we moved into this opulent tree and got to see all this stuff. This, for a long time, I as Reyes have had my eyes relatively locked on this daughter of a High Inquisitor.
I think he's a Neo.
And
Fuck, I gotta roll for it now.
Oh, God damn it.
and only for the briefest moment as we entered this opulence did I stop looking at this Inquisitor and look around, but in no way, shape, or form has my gaze gone from her for more than a couple seconds at a time. And that combination of the swirl and the zigzags has been constant the entire time. I've kept my distance, but kept her in my view.
Hey, Darren, do you know what the swirls mean? You think it means it's horny?
I
That's a
dunno.
good color for me.
I've never seen it before. It could be. Perhaps he been looking for something exciting. I don't know.
It means he's cautious and paranoid. It does seem that you guys do not quite know each other. I do hope that you don't kill one another. We will try to get to you as quickly as possible. Once again, welcome to spring.
Thank you.
I have a contact.
Steps away.
Cautious
Well-
does not automatically
We'll bring that up
take
when it
away
comes
the
back to
idea
Darren.
of horny, but
Fair. Hey, Reyes,
it
you
is
horny?
definitely a bit uncomfortable for me the way he is sitting.
You were looking at our new friend here quite a lot.
I am wondering if I'm needing to be killing her now, or if we be having moments of peace. What say you, Inquisitor?
I'm just worried about this food. I am not even I'm not in the slightest worried about you guys.
I
Are
can
we
eat
at
it.
peace then?
As you complain about the food, in the bowl of like fruit that was set out is picked up by some sort of invisible hand and just sort of lifted away and like disappears in some sort of fold in space. Like it just sort of zips out, and very quickly out of it is dropped a pack of rations in the wrapping, and they do look like they are from the material plane.
Oh shit, yeah, more rations.
Roy pops in out of the fold.
For some reason.
We just start shoving
watching.
rations into
Hey,
random.
I'm keeping guard.
Everybody gets covered in a puff of snow as he appears in the room.
Oh shit, more rations.
Oh shit!
I
more
know that
rations.
rapper sound anywhere.
They've been holding out on us.
I'm at the door. I'm just guarding.
I comb my hair.
Then, Inquisitor, we have no problem, yes?
Do not believe we have a problem unless your friend over there tries to touch me in a sexual manner. I am very confused.
The
Darren,
fish?
Reyes, look away.
The fish, yes.
Wait.
Reyes, are you trying to sexual with the Inquisitor? She seems to have strange concern.
I am in no way trying to cavort with that creature.
Copyright.
Okay, then we are good.
That being represents everything we are fighting against, and the fact that you could sit here and have some version of conversation with the progeny of one of the High Tree baffles me.
I mean, we already have conversations with Finn Boggy, and he's the first Inquisitor, so...
Yes, and he not only left, but faked his own death to do it.
I mean, she told me herself that she's not here to kill us, so I think we're okay.
You see, I am powerful and I could have. I am not here to kill you.
I feel like if anything was going to happen, I probably would have already.
Your words are not enough to assuage my concerns.
Inquisitors are complicated and deceptive.
So are you, Finnboggy.
I taught you all very well.
My life was hell because of your teachings. Honestly, the only one here that I wish dead is you.
There you go.
Fair enough.
I'm combing my hair because there's a lot of twigs in it.
It sucks.
Yeah, I'm having this
confirm.
conversation
Can confirm bad times.
with a lot. Yeah, I'm trying to get all the leaves and twigs out of my hair, and
You never will.
I never will.
Can I help?
Of course. Do you know how to braid? It might make it easier on my hair. I'll show you how.
I'm gonna be real with you. I don't have any hair, so I don't really know how.
We
but
should get you a wig. That'd be fun.
I would love that.
You have an arrangement of cables that stick out
Yeah,
of
you
your
got
head like
dreadlock
hair, right?
stuff.
Yeah, but like it's not. I can't brush those.
But we can braid them.
I would love that.
We have time. But yeah, everybody seems like really, like, Raisk is like, I'll kill you. Finboggy's like, you're a lying sack of shit. And I'm just combing my hair like,
Do you?
No,
Do you
Finboggy
need-
has not seemed like you're a lying sack of shit. To be
No,
clear,
yeah.
Finboggy seemed, if anything, sorry for what I caused you.
well, also he's like, don't trust her.
Yeah, Finboggy has said, do not trust you, but anything that you've said involving the primacy or his culpability for how Inquisitors are, he has accepted on the chin with stoicism and like damn near an apologetic way. Like, yeah, that is my fault. Yeah, not gonna argue there.
Do you need
I
extra hands for that?
I could always use extra hands, and then I can braid yours in a 4 braid. They're very fancy.
Yeah, 9 summons point 1 and point 2.
We're just braiding hair.
They're out now.
Yeah.
What are those? Are those little U's?
Yeah.
No, they're little numbers. U is a letter.
Shit.
Yeah. So I'm 9.1.
That's wild. I didn't. Okay. All right. Hello, 9.1 and 9.2. I will let Evan know that we have 2 more prisoners. Welcome. Do they know the rules? Do they know to be good?
Look at them. I doubt they're anything but good ever.
They should be just fine. Thank you.
Okay. Well, carry on.
Martha, would you like us to comb some of the debris from your hair?
Yeah, actually, I would love that. Can we, can you put me in a soft chair over there? It's,
I can't bring you a soft chair. I can make you a
No,
chair, though.
there are soft chairs in this room. Like, this is a very lavishly furnished prison cell.
Yeah, it's too late. This place is like a real nice cabin. That's
Yeah.
the way he's described it. Like a super
Oh, there
plush
is a
cabin.
nice chase over there.
I will bring another chair. I bring a chair.
How nice of Roy.
He brought another chair.
Brought
It's
another chair.
because it was too late. Finboggy
So-
and Adaru were already in chairs.
Yeah,
and
they took all the chairs.
they were like, no,
they're
we're
not getting
getting
up. They're not getting up from Martha.
Yeah.
No, absolutely
Yeah.
not.
No, neither of them.
In fact,
They
she
both
needed
shoot
a
a
chair,
glare
and they
when you
grabbed
look.
a chair, like right then.
They weren't sitting until right then.
Until right then, yeah, then they claimed a chair. You guys are in the corner, and Martha leans over to Evalina and is like, all right, no, hey, were you sent to get me out of here? I know they were going to send someone. I was hoping they would send more than just one, but an Inquisitor is great. As you guys are, like, braiding hair, she's like, your father is a very important man, and I imagine it's part of his job to get me out of here. Are you here to help?
It is not my father's purview to get you out, nor is it mine.
What do you mean? I need to get out of here. It's dangerous here. It's dangerous for you. It's dangerous for me. We're in trouble.
I understand the situation better than you think.
I don't.
Anybody, Evalina and 9, roll me history checks.
Okay.
While they're rolling history checks, Reyes is in the opposite corner of whatever corner they're in, and
Glaring.
in the
Yes,
in the only
I
defensive
swear
maneuver
to
that
God,
he...
if you tell me you're glaring at her again, I'm
no,
gonna
no, no,
lose my shit.
no. That's very
17.
established. I'm not gonna. In the only
He's
defensive
leering.
maneuver he can think to do in this situation where everything is just foobar in his mind, I'm going to be like literally backed up in the corner, like in the corner of this room, so that nothing could sneak up on me as far as I can tell.
You have watched things move with invisible hands, so good luck.
Yep, this is why he's in
Yeah,
a corner.
yeah.
If his back's on the wall,
Now
the
here's
best
the
it
deal.
can be.
Jeff knows how Faye works. Jeff knows that even the walls are dangerous. But Reyes, no idea.
No, yeah, get your back to a wall. That's a 17,
17 history.
and 9 got what?
That is a 3 and a 10. Or a 3 and a 7 for a 10.
Okay. So Nine's not familiar with this. Evalina, you do know from Inquisitor School that there are rumors that the Feywild is fully like, the Feywild is always up to its own stuff, but it has seemed clear that members of the Fey back Griffinport in the conflict between them and the Primacy. Like, there are a lot of allies, fairy allies, that have helped when they show up, and anytime the Primacy comes across Fey, the Fey are incredibly hostile to them. So, like, what Martha is saying is that, like, fairies are not safe for Primacy members. Like,
I look at her and I go, luckily you are not a full-fledged member of the Primacy. It is much more dangerous for me than it is for you. And Nine will protect you with her life.
They will tear Nine apart first because they don't like my creations.
How could anyone tear this beautiful girl apart? I point to her beautiful cable braids and...
Just slowly
I
and
just wanna
deliberately
say
with a screwdriver.
Thank you so much for doing this to my cables. It is very nice.
Good cable management is just pleasing.
It's very important.
It's
too.
a requirement, goddammit.
Yeah, but I get down on, like, I kneel down and I get eye level with Martha and I go, no one else is coming for us. No one is going to save us. We must save ourselves. The Primacy will use you up and throw you out like this. That is the truth.
She sort of sits down and she starts talking to herself. Strength of arm won't save you if you don't have the right tools. Power is useless without a foundation of knowledge. The way forward is not always clear. A good alchemist knows the most obvious route sometimes leads to a dead end. You have to keep an eye out for the different path if you want to innovate. 9. You recognize that she is reciting a litany that she used to say all the time. They are her rules, apparently, for life. It's sort of an alchemist, some sort of alchemist
mantra.
code that she has known. Yeah, that she used to say when you were young. The ultimate goal is to achieve transmutation, turning the most base material of the plane's creation into something more. And she says this, she seems to calm down, and she looks over at Evalina and nods. We need a foundation of knowledge. What do you know that can help us going forward and not have us torn apart by angry Fae? How are we going to convince them that we are not the enemy?
Well, first we have plot armor. No.
I don't have plot armor!
No, she doesn't. I look at her, because I'm still, like, kneeled down at her level, and I go, first, we show them how the Primacy has wronged us. And then, we do everything short of beg. For I will not beg.
That's you,
Then-
I'll beg in a heartbeat. Yeah, begging's fine.
My God will not allow me to beg. But I think when they see the truth behind our suffering, they will see us as allies. Defectors of the Primacy are the biggest threat to the Primacy. Even they know that.
Alright.
9. If you have a moment, would your little ones like to help me finish up this project? I need something with a tiny grip.
Is that for your stick?
Yes, it's for me stick. I'm trying to bind these caltrops to it.
Roy is going to walk in at that. Roy is going to walk in through the wall that Reyes' back is against, just to fuck with him. So it just opens up right next to him. Hey, the wall thing, it's not going to help you. Hey, are you making that thing more of a weapon?
You had your turn with the stick.
I did hear you just say you're going to do more stuff to it. Can we please wait till later?
Look. I understand
I
your
don't
concern.
want to take it from you.
I understand your concern.
I mean, I do because I want to swing it more, but I don't want to take it from you.
I understand your concern, but I have to say, rules as written. These modifications do not change statistics of the quarterstaff. It is no different than it was before I make modifications.
It's becoming more and more weapon-like, and I don't want to break it.
What do you suggest we do with our time?
Eat?
Nope.
I am not hungry. Next suggestion.
Drink?
My appreciation to the gracious host, but I must decline.
I pull out some wine. I go, I have my own wine.
Everybody recognizes the vintage of that bottle as the same vintage they drank when they captured the tower back with Eric the Barbarian.
All right, so when he walks out of the wall, I do the shittiest sort of cartwheel out of the way because I was very frightened.
The scatter
Like,
wheel.
shit! But Reyes doesn't naturally make a lot of noise, so all it was an inhale.
Yeah.
And
It's
a scuttle.
Yeah.
He does a sharp inhale and a scuttle.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he scuttles off.
That's also what I pictured in my head, so that works out perfectly.
Yeah. And then I lock eyes with the wine.
Oh, God.
Oh,
Oh no!
That didn't even dawn on me.
I didn't think about it either.
And I go,
A safe drink would be appreciated.
Oh, from an
I
Inquisitor?
have a second bottle, unopened. All yours.
You trust that?
to be clear, I did say that to Roy, because I locked eyes with the bottle, but I knew that like there's just no amount of trust there. I'm an addict, but I still have to.
Okay,
Be
so
apprehensive.
you don't want to trust the Inquisitor that's a prisoner in the room with you, but you want to trust Roy?
it's been 2 days. I'm gonna need a DC 10 will save.
I was gonna say, like, I've been an addict, and like, I'll take it.
I made it.
All right.
DC 10. I rolled an 11 before I had anything.
Remain apprehensive, my friend. So yeah,
Yes, but I will say, does it, like old wine was sealed with wax? Does it still have the wax seal on it?
unless she says otherwise, yeah.
Yeah, no, I still have a handful of bottles. This was meant to happen. I brought two, one for me, one for Reyes. So
Nice. I will say, this is Roy. I did mean water when I said drink, but I mean, if you got alcohol, do you?
this is spring. From what I know, that is customary.
I was offering water, but I mean, if you guys got your own, that's fine.
Spoken like a true winter fae.
I wasn't gonna give ice, but yeah.
Water. I'm uncertain if I can trust water here. To be fair, I hope you take no insult. I just don't wish to become a member of Fae at this stage.
You know, that's fair. I didn't either for a very long time. And just look at me now.
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah.
I look over at Evalina and I go,
Put the bottle down and back away, and I will take some.
How about I just hand it to point two, and point two takes it to you? This is a lot of drama for
This is also
a
amenable.
Valerian wine. A good Valerian wine.
Yeah, it will curdle the wine. Not you can't have too much drama around a good Valerian.
You get it.
I will gladly take him this bottle.
Here you go.
Thank you.
And now I just have this image of point two carrying a bottle of wine across the room, and that's very good for me.
So I'm carrying the bottle across the room and I trip and it breaks.
Oh no! Roll reflex. Roll dexterity.
No.
Reyes, you
I'm
gotta
just-
catch that
I'm
bottle.
just gonna say I
I'll roll
don't
dex on
think I
it.
don't think point two can drop a bottle from high enough to break it.
Yeah,
Rolls the rest of the way.
realistically, point two cannot break that bottle without trying.
Yeah.
I look
it
for
just
steps
rolls.
and I go, ugh.
Is that a dex save? I'll roll the dex save.
Yeah,
right
roll a
now.
dex save. Obviously, your life depends on it.
8.
Yes.
I was gonna let that go, but
I have 4 bottles of Valerian wine.
Damn.
If you break one, I will be upset. But
the bottle breaks against the cobblestones, and you just immediately see the glass start getting swept up by an invisible hand.
Oh my god, I'm so sorry.
I pull out another bottle. Still cast.
Flashing colors. I'm just flashing
so
colors at the
sorry.
loss of that.
I didn't mean to break your wine. Evalina, I'm so sorry. Here, let's
It's
drink.
okay, point two.
It was a very expensive bottle of wine.
I take out another bottle. Because I have
Wide-eyed,
4.
silent scream as the wine goes away.
I silently walk over to Reyes, slowly,
Backing away. Backing away.
deliberately, and I
Backing
hand
away.
the bottle so that he wouldn't have to touch me
As you
out
as
to him.
as you eventually hit a wall and can no longer back away.
Yes, I try so hard to back away. I don't want to be within betrayal's reach of this lady. Are you kidding me?
And
No.
I hand him.
It's too vulnerable. Too vulnerable. Do not like.
Our mighty heroes bringing us out into danger, and they're afraid of one girl.
Afraid of a girl. I'm apprehensive of a inquisitor.
You guys really need to lighten up. I know that you guys are in Fae and you guys aren't here often, but like we're being really cool. I'm being like really. We'll probably let you go.
The fear here is not of you guys, it's of me.
This is me looking at Ryan and just saying Roy would not believe that at all.
Roy is... Do you want me to roll
Roy's a
deception? Because I'm
notorious
fully
liar.
lying.
Roy is a notorious liar.
I know this probably.
You don't need, here's the rule. You do not ever need to roll deception until somebody says they want to insight it. Okay, that is
Okay.
You are allowed to lie to someone's face unless they doubt you. That's the way that works.
I know this probably didn't work, but there was behind 9 with the other little one, and that's a stealth of 24 to try to work on the stick.
Just
Shielded
furiously working
behind
on a
9.
stick.
Yeah. Working on the stick with the other. What is it? Point
Well,
1.
now you're behind 9 next to fucking Martha, and Martha's like,
That's fine.
nine, the wildling.
He's fine.
I keep just handing it out. If you move away, if you don't take it, if you tell me to put it on the ground.
As we are doing a weird dance trying to avoid one another in this cell, Evan
I just
comes
pop
back.
And I pour myself a glass. I offer some to Finn Boggy. I offer some to Martha. I offer some to everyone. And I'm drinking from the same bottle.
Little one, hold the caltrop here, and I'll grow it in.
Martha tosses it back to protection.
Now
Same
hold
dynamic.
the other ones here. We want to space them
Same
evenly
thing.
about the shaft. Thank you, little one.
9.
Hi.
9, they're gonna ask about my stone.
You're what?
My stone.
Okay. And
Do you remember anything about my old lab outside of Santitas?
it's inside your new lab at Santina.
No. It's outside the city, and if you don't remember it, that's good. That means that that when I would turn your brain off, your processor, and so that you weren't recording information, it stayed. I wasn't sure. Can you assure me you don't remember anything about that lab?
I don't know how to get there.
9 has no memory of any other lab. No. That's fine that you don't remember. That's the point. I just wanted to make sure.
Okay.
Okay.
I didn't know you had another one.
I don't, 9. Understand?
Yeah, it's on right now.
Wait, what? Sorry, what did you say?
I said, yeah, no, I'm on right now. I'll remember that.
I'm asking you not to tell anybody about it.
If this was a Telltale game, Martha, it would say, number 9 will remember that at the top.
Is that what the PlayStation was for?
Yes, I've really got to finish that Walking Dead game.
All right, so Evan shows back up at the door and nods down at Roy. Have they been good guests, Roy?
There's 2 more of them now, but otherwise, yes.
They made more robots. They made more golems since we locked them up.
Yeah, there's 2 little golems inside the big golem.
Well, that's
There's actually
new.
3, but there's the third one doesn't talk. I promise they're fine. They're just helping with the hair braiding. We got real bored while you were away.
Perfect. If you'll follow me.
Does this count as a short rest?
Yes.
Okay, because I get a bunch of things back on a short rest. So.
We get a short rest?
Yeah, you guys get a short rest. Yeah.
Sick.
That might matter. I'm not sure.
I'm taking my short because I'm about half
Do
down
some
on my
fucking
health,
hit
so if
dice.
nothing else.
Yeah, you guys do get a short rest. So, Evan has showed up, you get your short rest, and he gets you guys all to leave the room and follow him when you entered, and you went through the entryway and this large hall. That seemed large. But now you are escorted into what is probably the largest throne room possibly anywhere, at least certainly beyond anything you guys can fathom. This throne room has a long carpeted pathway decorated on either side with changing colored roses. And once again, as you look closer to these roses as you walk by, you notice that each one of them looks a little bit like a skull. All of the flowers are strangely skull-shaped, and everything bears thorns. And you guys walk for what seems like half a mile down this carpeted pathway, and as you get closer and closer, you see this humongous rose bush that has been grown into the shape of a throne. Sitting atop it on a cushion, appearing to be about 15 feet tall is, I think I have to leave this one to Jack.
Sitting atop that cushion is what appears to be like a man, but there is not any like really visible skin there. Instead, it is a series of twisting vines of different thicknesses, thorned of a dark sort of purpley green, like a rose thorn that imitate what musculature looks like. Dressed in a fine shirt, no need for a coat as the weather here seems amiable. A fine colored shirt with no ascot or anything of the sort, and some nice pants, nice slacks tucked into boots, and what appears to be a crown of thorns, and over his shoulders is a mantle. Beautiful and green, I believe. Yeah, let's call it green.
I told you it's a fucking clothing item, Jay.
It can be.
Yeah, it's green with red accents. You know, this look continues up to the face, and in place of eyes, he has death's head lilies. And he looks down at you,
What color?
and he goes, they are black and white.
Before you say anything, Roy waves.
He nods.
Thank you again, Roy and Evan. It is a pleasure
My lord.
to be working with you, as always. Welcome to my court. I am the King of Spring. Shut up. And pardon. I still have issues with what I hear.
Yeah, he kind of does that. Don't worry about it.
I'm worried about it. Nah.
You should have been treated well, as I'm nothing if not still gentlemanly.
Hello, King Grimm. Thank you for, not killing us immediately.
Oh, you are most welcome, because I easily could have. But
Okay.
I have chosen to let you live because I find you interesting.
I appreciate that.
It is odd for one of yours to appreciate.
Yeah, I've been told I'm a little more human than real life.
Oh, don't be human. It's gross.
Human's the wrong word.
Alive?
Yeah, live.
I don't know.
Sure. Alive. Oh, this is Faye. You see, everything's alive here. This is not unusual. I've left you living because, well, you're the bottom of my priorities. But I do have connections with the material, and such as Roy in here. And I know that all of you, in one way, shape, or form, are a nuisance. But I have also learned that two of you plan to be deserters, which is fun. Loyalties, where do those go anymore? No, I will not kill them. Sorry. No, I will not fuck them. Sorry.
Katie, roll it! Katie, roll it!
It's not a bad idea.
It is important to note that your existence is merely for the fleeting moment of my interests. I can let you go literally anywhere. You see, we are connected, and the material in our world. So I could put you wherever I like you to be. That could be in danger, or it could be not.
It would be great if it wasn't in the primacy.
I second that.
Which is strange to come from you, any of you. Though that circle member, your circle, from what I've heard, isn't friends with the primacy, but it is quite strange for them not to be friends with us here either. And that little fish man, you have a world seed on you?
And Reyes, eyes wide, goes,
What?
You see Martha also, her eyes go up and she looks over at Raysk.
Yes, buried in your palm. Please raise it, as I do not wish to make you.
It's a seed. I cast Good Nut.
Sorry.
I eat it.
All
I
right.
cast Good Nut and eat the world seed.
and Reyes raises his hand, as I think even Reyes understands that this is way bigger than him.
Yeah, I'm sure so many colors flashing at being called out like that.
Yeah. Oh, just flashing like a discotheque in the gosh dang 70s. And he raises his hand apprehensively, and you can see For those who didn't know it was there, he'd been hiding a stone that is embedded in his palm.
Yes.
And
Real quick, as you raise your palm, I believe I described it as a dark purple color. Correct? This thumb-sized piece of stone buried in your palm of a dark purple color, but also swirling through it are these cracks and like veins of black, of this shadowy, deeper darkness. And as you hold it up, you see Evan and Roy both sort of get a little bit alarmed, as well as and Grimm will nod because he already is getting something confirmed for him.
I don't think it's supposed to look like that.
Yes.
Oh no, it's not. Which is quite odd, I assure you. Which makes me very interested in you. I'll tell you that we need not be enemies. But while you carry a demonic seed, I must question what brings you here. And depending upon your answer, maybe I will do that. Sorry. And depending upon your answer, you may either become permanent members, or you may be something I throw away. But we could be some version of friendly. So do tell. I can't wait to hear.
Yes, what brings you here?
Well, we were fleeing, and Adara opened a portal,
Fleeing who?
and here we are. The primacy.
Who? Names?
We
Sieko?
were fleeing because we are responsible for killing one of the leaders of the primacy. We did not know this is where I was unaware.
Which one?
That this is where we were fleeing to. Grittle.
Yes, and we were running from Sieko.
They were fleeing Sieko after killing Grittle. He looks over at Grimm, kind of like very dubiously, but Grimm has already confirmed much of this.
Oh yes, he is dead, which is good. I found him the biggest abomination amongst you. What he does with creation. You see, I am the creator around these, you know what? Sorry, go on.
We are simply here to pass through. We performed a deed that made us unwelcome where we were being, and we seek to pass through here, and we only persist as a nuisance to you as long as you require it.
You know that just being here isn't the nuisance, right? It's that most of you are nuisances by your mere existence.
I don't know whether or not to take that as a compliment.
It's fine. He used to tell me that all the time.
It is a symptom of being a material. So take that as you wish.
No, it has to do with the fact that they're primacy members, or broken circle,
Yes, that-
or
I am
members
not
of
primacy.
or members of a disgraced and shattered circle of druids.
I promise you, we were just passing through, and we did not mean to encroach on your territory.
I'll make this easy. It is not about your encroachment. Normally, your encroachment would just mean fun. In one way, shape, or form, it's different than it used to be. I used to hunt your kind.
We still do.
Me?
Now I incorporate, though he gladly hunts.
I keep the old ways
Me
alive,
too.
sir.
I also dabble in the hunting.
It is quite fun. But it is not with your presence. It is what your presence means. So do tell. Who do you work for?
Saint Dynak.
Technically I work for her.
As Evalina answers, some of the flowers near her change shade.
To what shade?
Everything in your area, it was like this sort of dark blue that you guys were standing around, and the flowers to her left turn to be a little bit red. And you watch, particularly around Raysk, they're shifting a lot. They are almost mirroring his body pattern.
So I do not know why I have a demon stone embedded in my hand. What I do know is that I bear no allegiance to the primacy, and if it would grant me passage, I would accept more jobs in the area of dismantling it.
Yes, none of us here actively support the primacy. Well, none of us.
Yeah, we just sort of met the Inquisitor. You're an Inquisitor.
He is.
No, I'm not.
Former.
No, he's not anymore. He's a dead man.
He's a former Inquisitor and was helping us attack the primacy.
Do you by any chance know one who goes by the moniker of the Demon of Griffinport? I am in contact with her, and I have tried to aid from the walls of Santos several times to get her information.
Yes.
I am the Batman of Griffinport.
I do know the demon of Griffinport, yes.
All right. Good.
I know of you, Finnboggy. Think not. I am unaware.
All right.
Finn is not a member of the primacy, this I know. I have the most questions about the new addition to your party.
Yeah.
Dynak, you say you claim to serve.
Yes.
So you bear no honor to the primacy, even though you appear to be one of its leader's descendants, as I heard in your cell. As I heard both discussed in your cell and on the way here.
I do support my mother, who is in charge of the churches of the primacy. I will always support my mother.
The flowers around her turn white.
Interesting. I do support one of the churches. I had made friends with one of the Moors. But why, if you are more religious than of the primacy, do you come here? What brings you, little devil girl, here?
I search answers.
To what? And more importantly, for what?
For my own mind.
To?
I will not sit here and give ammunition for the people with me to hurt me. They do not know me, and most of them do not trust me. If you'd like to ask me questions, I would prefer to do it alone.
Grimm looks over at Roy and goes,
Oh, what big britches she has.
I don't mean to. Obviously, what's going on with you, Evalina, is none of my business. But I think if you opened up right now, maybe the rest of my party here might be a little more trusting.
Oh, I would not worry about whether or not the party trusts you. I would worry about where you think I will put you. As again, I here am akin to God. So your religion is appreciated. But here I am worshipped. So I ask again a question that bears your safety in mind.
Evan rolls his eyes.
Perfect.
Yeah, Roy's looking down at a watch that isn't there.
He is right, though. He'll kill you.
Or he might have me do it. I don't know.
I look unmoved in the face of death. She doesn't look like angry with this or anything like that. She kind of makes it seem like this is my everyday. My dad could have killed me at any moment and almost did several times. So I have my God with me. If I die, I die. Kind of like I stay like calm, cool, and collected, but I don't seem shaken. May Saint Dynak protect me, and may I be able to protect others. And I look at him, I look at this king god right in his eyes. I am looking to remove the tadpole from my head.
Fuck off. Fuck off, Istic. Chick.
I am looking.
Grimm does know that there is
Is that a Fast and the Furious reference?
No, it's
Yes.
a fucking Baldur's. Yes. Grimm knows there's a
It's part of the
devilish
family.
influence in the Inquisitor.
I have been able to protect myself, and I have been able to keep it behind locked doors. It does not affect me in my day-to-day, and I may speak to it in my dreams. I assumed this would be another test to be able to overcome, but I am learning more and more that this is just a means of control. I have been protected by my faith, and therefore I am not afraid to die, but I am afraid to live with this in my head.
Wait, is this legit?
The flowers remain a spotless shade of white.
A somewhat softened look in a cocked head comes from Grimm, and he goes,
Oh, dear little mortal, you wish to remove that? Well, as powerful as I am here, I cannot remove.
I could remove it.
But
All right, Volo.
And Adaru gives Roy a smile and a nod when he says that.
Grimm has tried to remove possessions at some point, or he knows people who have tried, and he knows that in order to remove the devil from an Inquisitor, usually ends up in their death. It is, yes, surprisingly similar to removing a tadpole.
That's fucking
How
hilarious.
fucking dare they take our plot before we get a chance?
Yes!
Before we get a chance.
I look at him and I go, I believe it is my duty to remove this from myself.
I will warn you that in my knowledge, it ends in death for you.
Yeah, we could finish this
But-
right now.
It also makes it more interesting how you and that Crestkin are opposed, as he clearly has a demonic influence. And I don't know how much you know about the other planes, but it is a hilarious comparison. I find you interesting. Quite, in fact. But temporary.
But are they useful?
Well, let's make a deal.
And the most sinister smile you've ever seen anyone ever make creeps across the face of Grimm.
Grimm, I've got to tell you, they've been very wary of obviously the food and the drink, so I don't know how receptive they'll be to a deal.
Oh, I think that with their safety on the line, they'll be far more receptive. And I'll be very clear with the deal. If you would wish for some guidance, some help, or even some allowance, just the mere ability to allow you to move through here,
So you're gonna give them money?
then I will ask but one thing. You will keep your material lives. You will not need to become Fae or anything of the sort. You will simply return the favor when asked. As I have many things on my plate, and I think that your usefulness could change from moment to moment.
So you don't have a favor right now, but later?
It is a later favor. When exactly? Well, you'll know
Favor
when I
saver, if you
call.
will.
An open-ended favor for Faye.
I don't like it.
Oh, the two of you know too well what making deals will lead you to, but I think you've been in worse, and at least a favor for me could be fun.
I don't think it's a favor if it's under duress. Do we have to say yes to this, or is the alternative death? What?
The alternative is not death, it is inconvenience. For if you refuse my favor, then you refuse my help.
And like a fake sadness comes up on his face, and he goes,
And if you refuse my help, then, well, I can't allow you to stay in my realm any longer. I will push you out. And where? Well, it won't matter to me.
And I will hunt you for funsies.
Hold on, I gotta roll for it. I'm not into it.
This is a new character. I gotta find out what I'm into.
Okay.
fair.
I guess
Gotta
it's
see.
super important. You know, it really helps.
I'm an adult this time, so.
It really helps set a framework. You know. All right. So Evan is looking around. So.
I would like to use a story point.
Oh.
Oh shit.
Whoa, for what?
How?
this
yeah,
guy.
this is out of nowhere. What is this?
It's gonna finish that staff.
So, no, I already did that. So earlier, like every time Roy looked away, he would look back and there'd be a little bit more on the staff, even though he said no. It was one of those things like the second he looked away. And so Adair hasn't really said much. And the story point is Adair recites something in perfect Druidic that all of the shifters are taught, but they're taught it in perfect Druidic. And so most of them don't know it. But now he finally understands some of these words because, you know, he understands some Druidic now. That's new for him.
Okay. Yeah.
I love it.
And so he just looks Grimm in the face and says, I am but a fire in the rush. Where I tread I lay to waste, and in that waste soil I turn rich, that rekindled life may grow in turn. As I burn bright may they know my intent, and as the flame I will end suddenly, but as in my life my end will bring new life. And then he follows up with Grimm, you do not make a deal with fire, you simply direct it where you wish it to burn. Our intents are aligned, are they not?
Your circle is quite fractured.
I don't know what he said, but I like him. I didn't
Your
understand.
circle is quite fractured because you see fire can also make a deal. You are just a part of the greater circle. something you no longer understand. But if you would like to learn, let us harbor connection, as it is clear you hold a piece of one of us with you. I've been nice enough to let that sit.
He has a hidden blink puppy. Sorry.
There's a soft wolf out of one of his pouches.
Sir, are we allowing them? It seems that they are being relatively forthright with us, minus a couple things. Should we tell them more information?
If they agree to the deal, of course. You see, this deal also works as an alliance. And if you align yourself, then you may be privy to more information.
If you allow me to get my maker out of here safely, I am willing to do what it is that you need me to do.
Certainly, this deal I will elaborate on.
King Grimm,
is predicated.
King Grimm, she is the maker of every abomination that has fought on the Griffinport front lines. She is, if anyone.
This deal is not predicated on you getting passage. Passage is just something that will be given. This deal is predicated on you aligning. You align with us. You forsake the primacy on what will, as I'm certain you know, be a magical word of honor. And you're good?
You are asking me to align myself with someone I have just met and never heard of and know not what they stand for.
Fair. Then I will say this. If you forsake the primacy, then that's good enough.
This battle that some of you are intent on fighting has been fought by many people long before you were even around, and they are always looking for help. And if you say yes to our deal, then you will be privy to what we have gathered in this war of information for decades. Some of you are looking for answers that may not be part of the battle, and he looks at Evalina, but still might benefit you. But if you are still an agent of the primacy by the end of this conversation, then the conversation will change.
A smile creeps across Grimm's face with a nod.
Roy's rapier appears.
I do need to make this clear. I'm not promising death if you don't take the deal. I will just not allow you to stay. The choice is yours.
I get out my reliquary and start praying over a testicle.
Grab your nuts.
I pull out that nut and I start praying over a testicle for guidance.
Do you have a prayer at this point? I know we talked about it before, but maybe it's too short notice. But...
This one would be
special ball prayer.
Yeah, do you have a nut? Do you have a nut prayer?
Spectacles, testicles, wallet, and watch.
This prayer would be silent because I am praying for guidance in this scenario.
Sure.
While she prays.
No. Roll religion.
I got a 22 with a nat 20. That's the best.
With a nat 20?
Nat 20.
Shit.
You're fucking religious.
I'm so religious. I don't know why I'm rolling religion, but I did it really well.
So
this testicle helped me.
So
You only
Evalina
have a plus
That's
2?
a good nut.
Evalina doesn't know this, but the realm of the material plane is not a place that gods are capable of reaching. They cannot come there at all. They only have power through people like Evalina. And Evalina has made prayers and has casted spells using the power of her deity. She knows her deity is real. But the thing about the Feywild is that the gods can visit here. And you feel the presence of Saint Dynak in a way you've never felt, as if the window has been left open and the breeze can actually enter your home. Saint Dynak rushes through and everyone feels the presence of this deity as a sort of protective aura goes across her and everyone around. And Grimm can also sense that.
Ooh, you are connected.
In Dynak's presence, even though it's maybe not his actual physical presence, in his presence, Grimm gives a small bow.
Welcome. Well, it seems as though you don't need to take my deal. You have someone that will keep you safe, at least while here. But I would say it is in your best interest, for the sake of your goals, to take the deal, little one.
His words are vaguely registered in the back of your mind, but because you did just feel God's presence in a way you've never felt before.
Yeah, I'm still.
Shook it.
Shook it.
Yeah,
What do they call it? Religious ecstasy?
yeah. I am.
Katie, roll for it. Are you into it?
Not sexually. I think I feel protected by a father for the first time in my life, and I'm a big fan, but I'm not sexually into it.
That's good. Let's not
Good to
cross
know.
those wires.
Reyes walks up and walks forward, and he bows deeply, and he looks at Grimm, and he goes,
If all I need to is forsake the primacy, consider it done. Where do I make this deal?
Grimm goes, "Ooh, I knew I'd like you." And
Of course.
Chef's character likes Chef's character?
That's wild.
and he walks forward. Grimm has been standing. He wouldn't address people while sitting. But Grimm walks forward and sticks out a hand, because that's just the way it's always gone. And Reyes reaches out and shakes it.
All right, take your first level of Warlock. No, I'm kidding.
And I was going to be
Warlock.
real excited if we were all going to get Warlock powers at a handshake.
I mean, let's put it
Could
this
all
way.
get a boon. Who knows?
It depends on how much you lean into that deal. I'm not going to say that that's not possible, but you'd have to, like, embrace that story beat. You know what I mean? Like, if Reyes is down, like, what kind of deal can I make? Then yeah, sure. But, like...
Reyes is
Multi-class
is
again, bitch.
accepting that all he need do is forsake the primacy, and he will be given some modicum of safety, and that a favor will be owed for that. But
Yeah. Finbargi steps up
that's
too.
it.
Easy enough for me. They forsook me a long time ago.
Grimm shakes his hand.
All right. It's spiky, huh? Oh, great.
A little blood is drawn for all these handshakes. Just a little. It makes the deals better.
Oh, yeah. No, that's not shady at all.
I do apologize. I merely can't help it.
Finbargi turns to the others, and he's like, I don't know if anybody else wants to get on board. Seems like the easiest way out, and they did offer more information.
Nine walks up without question.
Yeah, Grimm shakes Nine's hand.
It's interesting to make a deal with one such as you, and I do not know how this will affect you.
I don't know. I would like to talk, possibly privately, with you at some point, if that's okay.
Secrets don't make friends.
No,
Grimm squints when you say that and goes,
I just
I'll
just have,
consider this.
I just have a few questions, and I just needed to know if a thing was possible.
Wants to ask you about the birds and the bees.
In
The
a
nuts
way,
and the bolts.
You're the one to ask.
Yep.
It's true. Grimm squints and says,
Well, deal is made. I'll make sure your questions are answered. Do you need my time specifically?
you're the most powerful person I've ever met, so yeah,
Give this a moment. When this resolves, I'll answer your questions. Need it be in private?
preferably.
Mortals and their privacy. My God.
That's kind of the thing, actually.
Yes.
Not immortal.
Excuse me?
As close as you
I just want to point out that it's not so simple for some of us, and she nods at Evalina, as a fairly important actor in the conflicts. If I just turn coat, I don't think I can go back without signing a death warrant. How is this a good idea for me?
Grimm's viney eyebrows raise, and he goes,
Your death warrant is signed no matter what. You're hunted everywhere that's not the primacy. So you can choose to be hunted in the primacy or without. And there's no promises I'll put you back. So you make your choice.
I'd like to remain a prisoner of war here.
You wish to join?
To be discovered, but for
cannot
now I would like
promise.
to be kept in your very polite prison for the time being. The chairs are quite nice.
If I remember correctly, you did just tell Nine that she would make sure that her creator was safe, and she shook on that.
Exactly.
Mr. King Grimm.
Thank you for you.
Sir King Grimm.
Sure, I can keep her safe here.
Then, Nine, could you please bring me closer to the large man?
Though I cannot promise you the amount of time you'll be here, because time here is different.
Nothing is certain. We just make do with the materials we have at hand.
Certainly.
I pick her up and I bring her forward.
Martha shakes.
To your continued prisonership.
because he has to specify the change of the deal.
Huzzah.
And he shakes.
So it's Evalina and Adaru, right?
Mm-hmm.
I love that that's the two of you last.
We're the ones that really don't trust anyone.
Yeah.
I will give you.
I love that for you.
I will make it clear that what I've given you in the scheme of time as you know it is more than I have to give. So I would suggest you make your decisions. Evalina, if you choose to not accept the deal, that is fine. And you will be safe, but you will not be remaining here with them and learning what they learn. This choice is yours. I will not hurt you, but I did make it clear. If you wish to stay, you take the deal. And if you wish to learn, it would behoove you.
Would you know the name, if given the moniker, of that lives inside of me?
There is much I could find. I cannot guarantee, but I can assure you that my reach is far greater than yours will ever be. And while here, you will have greater contact with your god. So what you may learn is greatly improved.
I will only shake and give you a open-ended favor if you look into this for me. If you can find me a name. If you can give me your word that you will try your hardest to find me this name, so that I may banish it.
Again, forsake the primacy and the deal is done. All need be done is forsake them. For I cannot give you information that will end up biting me in my thorny ass.
I look at Adaru, unlikely friends here, and
Adaru's going to capitalize on her pause. This morning when I woke a friend to your cause and a friend to your people. I woke an agent against the primacy. I woke an agent which to destroy the primacy. A fire created for the sole purpose of their destruction, to burn against them, to render what they have back to the earth that it may be grown. And in that moment, from that moment, all moments before, I have been your ally. And yet you offer to me, to owe you a favor, to be permitted to continue to be your ally. That does not sound too much of a deal to me.
Roll persuasion.
It should be of note that the Broken Circle has neither been an ally nor an enemy to us for quite some time. We haven't spoken to them, or anyone from that order.
That's not going to... I'm not even going to find the numbers. That's an 11. Wait, no, it might be worse than that. Yeah, it's a 7.
You are not, as expressed, you are not explicitly our ally. You are explicitly a enemy of the primacy. I'll give you that. You get that one for free. How about this? To prove your usefulness, to hold true to the something for something, the quid pro quo, I am such a fan of, then I'll give you this. You and your piece of our world. If you wish to reconnect with us, then this is the groundwork you lay. As a druid, you should be connected to us. And the fact that the circle you're supposed to be a part of is concerning.
There's sort of a commotion from a side door as this figure, this tiny figure is running in and like kind of quietly trying to get Evan's attention as it runs forward. And it seems to be this strange character with a red cap going, hey, and he gets close to Evan. Evan's like looking down at him like, you are interrupting a very important hearing.
I mean no ill will to the Lord here in his kingdom, but an arrangement, a favor made under point of sword and threat, is not more than imprisonment. And I think we can all agree that my people know what that is.
I am not putting you under sword. If you were under sword, your head would be off. I have told you the deal is so that you may stay. Otherwise, you may go, and you will be gone alone in an unknown area. Whether you're safe or not is not my decision. It is simply if you go to a place I'd like to be, or to any fucking where else.
King Grimm. New information has been brought to me from Autumn. This one bears information saying that this druid is here on behest of the spirit of the Silverian forest, long dead.
Eyebrows raise.
Though he wouldn't have you believe that if you ask him.
Interesting.
Well, it appears as though you really are connected to that piece you hold of.
It appears that a David the Gnome is requesting a chance to cash in a favor owed to his old master.
Well, a favor for a favor. Done.
I suppose we'll consider this resolved then, which is good. We have much to talk about. I'm glad we came to a agreement.
Well, hold on. One agreement. One left. Evalina, have we agreed? I told you I would give you what I could. Are we clear?
And he sticks his hand up.
Yeah, I will state that it is kind of established that Evalina has been the most honest out of everybody in the group, ironically, with the few
absolutely.
questions. And also, the interference of St. Dynac has made it a bit of a... she might not need to shake on this, necessarily, other than a verbal agreement.
Yes. Then
Okay.
I put my hand out, but I understand if she doesn't shake as long as I get the...
Sure. Put a cup in
the
it, have some wine.
I put a
Yeah,
cup
she
in
puts
it,
a cup in
and
it.
I toast.
A deal is a deal.
Clink, and he drinks deep from the cup.
All right. Well,
It is good Valerian wine.
oh, good.
We have better here, but it's good.
Evan says, did you say Valerian? Bring that with us. We're to the war room. I have much to discuss with all of you. There is a lot that I feel you should all know.
Go ahead. Go ahead, all of you. Please, follow Evan.
May
Number 9.
May I take my moment?
Yes, this is your moment.
Finboggy, if you don't mind.
Huh? What?
Martha?
Oh, you want me to... all right. Hey, Evalina, could you help me? I'm not as spry as I used to be.
I go, I can carry her. I go to pick her up, and after that toast, I'm still looking at Grimm, and I just say, the breaker of wolves. Then I pick her up, and off I walk.
When everyone else leaves the room, Adero is the last, and Adero stops at 9. 9. Ye and ye little ones know that I be coming from a troubled place. Are ye sure you wish to be alone? I can either stay with you or leave, at your preference.
I mean, you can take point 1 and point 2. I'll be right there, I promise.
As you wish. And Adero leaves with the little ones.
Hello, King Grimm. I just had one question. Earlier you called me immortal, and I kind of corrected you. But do you know if it's possible to change someone mortal?
Grimm in the past has been able to see the presence of life in its connection to a seed of the world tree. So, strands of life connect to the seeds. And I assume that's become more powerful now.
Yes, very much so.
Do I see that with all of these beings now? Some connection to a seed, especially since there's kind of a seed nearby, even though it's a demonic one, but
As Grimm looks at number 9, Grimm has like life force vision, and one of the things that has made 9 so interesting to King Grimm is that 9 doesn't just look like they have the life force from a seed. The energy coming off of 9 is identical to that of a seed.
You are not a normal golem or creation. You contain within you the energy of a seed of the world tree, and that is life. The life energy that beats within cities and towns and communities, that beats within your world and many others. So when I refer to you as immortal, I don't merely mention that you are like the kin. You are as close to one as any creature could get, to my estimation.
That is confusing, if I'm being honest. I don't...
In fact, what are those in your bag? And he said, may I?
Yeah?
And he reaches in and he pulls out the 2 cores and he goes,
Just as you contain that energy, these contain that energy. I do not know exactly what these are, but within these and within you is the energy of life. Life force, as it were, creation itself. Something I am quite familiar with these days.
I see. But very specifically, I yearn to feel the things that mortals do. I would like to eat. I would like to feel. I don't know. That's even a possibility for me.
As I said when you asked that question, here, a great many things that do not normally contain life. They live experiences. I've met rocks that eat and wind that sleeps. It is quite likely you become like them, I would think. but I cannot make you any promises. I will look into it for you.
I would appreciate that immensely.
You may need to leave one of these with me, though.
Yeah, sure. You may, here's 75. You're doing, far more than I asked of you, and I thank you.
I will. Call it a soft spot for those things that intrigue me. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, Tavern Goers! Thanks again for listening to Torchlit Tavern. Today's tale featured Mitchell Travis as Atheru, Jeffrey Lisk as Raesk, Ryan Santos as Number 9, Katie Mischief as Evalina Chopin, and Jameson Oxford as the Dungeon Master. Check the show notes to find where you can follow us on social media, or email us with any of your most pressing questions at torchlittavern@gmail.com. You can also find our entertainers on the streets of twitch.tv/torchlittavern, yelling obscenities at passersby. If you enjoyed our tale, you can tip your storytellers as you leave the tavern, which you can do via patreon.com/torchlittavern, or at ko-fi.com/torchlittavern. Every little bit helps, and those who tip well and often can find themselves privy to an extra story or two, jokes, or maybe even a bit of hidden lore. Our story continues to grow all the time, and though we have no designs on a vast empire, your help is always appreciated.
Our theme music for this campaign was designed by the bard, Brett Eagleston. Get his music at bretteagleston.bandcamp.com or find links for all his projects by following Bread Eagles on Twitter. This episode was edited and produced by Jameson Oxford and Ryan Santos. Other music and sound effects are provided by Epidemic Sound with help from freesound.org.
And if you should find yourself surrounded by eager ears and attentive listeners, remember to tell good stories.
Guys, I can cast Good Nut on Ryan's core and eat her. She's a seed. We can eat 9.
1 and 2 and 3 and 2 and 1.